Are we live? Right, okay, I think we're live. So what is happening, guys? It's your boy TC back with another video. So we're just about to go through the madness that is obviously the transfer window. Give me a second, I appear to be upside down for some reason. Right, let's adjust this. Right, tell me if I am to normal. Still, sorry about that. Should have been a bit more prepared before I started this live stream. Right, is that better? I think that's going to have to do, guys. Right, okay, let's try that again. Let's try that again. What is happening, guys? It's your boy TC back with another video. So, of course, as mentioned, there's plenty of stuff going on at the moment. And that will certainly be in relation to transfers, as we all know. My apologies for that. Should have been slightly a little bit more prepared with the stream itself, but I think we're sorted now. Anyway, so I'm going to be discussing three stories really in this particular video, and that will be in relation to David Luiz, the shock David Luiz situation that's just emerged this afternoon, as well as the fact that we've received a bid for Alex Iwobi from Everton, which is quite interesting, and the emotional farewell message from Jenkinson, who we have been begging to leave for a very, very long time. As we all know, he's finally left, and he's actually left us with an emotional message, but we'll go through that shortly. But let's just talk about this whole David Luiz situation. So it's actually emerged as an absolute surprise, really, in terms of David Luiz being a link to Arsenal. Yes, we know that we need a centre-back, so that's something that we do all know, and we are currently looking at the young player from RB Leipzig, and essentially that has been stalling. Apparently another bid has gone back, and they still have rejected that particular bid that we've gone back in for. But let's talk about David Luiz. So it looks like David Luiz apparently today has been training separately from the rest of the team, away from the Chelsea first team, and this is purely because he wants to force a move away. Why does he want to force a move away? We don't know. Obviously, he might not be happy with the situation at Chelsea as it stands. We know they've got a new young manager, fresh manager in the form of Frank Lampard at the moment. And it might be that because at one point they may have been teammates, Lampard and Luiz, he doesn't respect the guy at all. And he obviously wants to force a move through. And Arsenal being the chosen destination, really, that he wants to actually move to, it makes sense purely because obviously his family probably settled in London as it stands, and it would make a hell of a lot of sense in terms of the logistics. Rather than move, he'd rather stay in London. So let's just take a look at a report that came out this evening, really in relation to this whole situation with David Luiz. Chelsea centre-back David Luiz is the latest name to be linked with a move to Arsenal, as the Gunners look to strengthen their defence before the transfer window closes at 5 PM on Thursday. Reports from France suggest that the mop-headed 32-year-old Brazil international refused to train with the Blues this morning in an attempt to force a move to the Emirates. Obviously, we know Unai Emery is known to be on the hunt for centre-back. He has actually come out today as well, Unai Emery, in regards to actually looking for a centre-back. He has publicly spoken and acknowledged that we're looking for centre-back. So, of course, we are in the market. Is David Luiz the right player? personally, I do not think that David Luiz is the right player to bring in. He's aging, he's got a few mistakes in him, of course, yet another former Chelsea player, and one of my key reasons really here would be he would command a high wage pretty much in order for him to move to Arsenal. So let me see if I can go through the comments here. Right, okay. We don't need Luiz from Solo. How are you doing, Alex? I'm not too bad, mate. No to David Luiz from Crypto Money Team. Yeah, I'm on the same page as well, really. I wouldn't want to see him come in at all. I believe we'll be wasting resources if he does come in. However, we find ourselves in a very, very tricky situation in relation to the centre-back situation. Question from Alex: would you prefer Unai Emery waits for Holding to come back rather than trying to chase centre-back so late in the day? I believe even with Holding coming back to the team, Alex, I believe we will still need another centre-back to come in this particular window. We've lost Koscielny to Bordeaux. We're going to be talking about that in this particular live stream as well. We ended up losing Koscielny to Bordeaux, so we are one down in terms of a first-team centre-back. So I believe that we should bring someone in. Unai Emery's mentioned the fact that they don't want to go for second-tier players, basically. So if we can't secure a top talent or top-tier centre-back, I don't know what we're going to do. We'll be in an absolutely terrible situation if that is the case. Willy Bolly or Balder Karama or Rugani. I would opt for Bolly personally. That would be my final choice out of those three. Rugani, yes, bags of potential, still only 25 as well. I believe if he does come in as well, we are linked with Rugani as well. He might come in and do a job. Let's have a look. What else is here? Charles Asante is not a right one. Okay, he's good. David Luiz is good from David, Gamira David. Oh, we don't need David Luiz, sorry. Let's have a look. Yeah, Beauty Evanson, we do not need David Luiz. Henry, we need a centre-back that can defend, not a top class in my own opinion. Yeah, a centre-back that can basically defend, basic defending skills, that's what we need in the team. There was talk of Dunk from Brighton at the start of the season. I don't know what happened to that particular rumour, but it doesn't seem as if we will get someone like that. But that name Dunk comes to mind really when you mention a centre-back that can defend rather than a top-class centre-back. He's better than Mustafi. Of course, everyone's better than Mustafi as it is. Mustafi is absolutely awful. Luiz is strong and he can be very good. He can be very good, but he also has a mistake in him, Gamiro. So, in terms of this whole Luiz situation, I personally don't want it to happen. I'm not keen on the move whatsoever. It's something that doesn't interest me at all. Hopefully the club can pull out something out of the bag later on in this particular transfer window. So I believe there's only 23 hours left as well in relation to how many hours are left in this particular transfer window. But hopefully we will see someone coming in, someone not David Luiz, of course. Let's talk about the second story that I said we will be discussing in this particular live stream. So it's in relation to Everton and Alex Iwobi. Everton have come in for a bid of £30 million for Arsenal winger Alex Iwobi, and essentially that bid was rejected. If we're going back maybe to last season, this bid may certainly be actually accepted by the club, but I believe since Raul's come in and the rest of the team that certainly back him, that has certainly changed. We're proving not to be a soft touch in the transfer market in regards to incomings and outgoings as well. So this bid was definitely rejected. Do I want to see Alex Iwobi leave the club? Personally, I think he's hit his peak with Arsenal. He can improve. I completely agree that he can certainly improve in the near future. But if we can bag 35, 40 million pounds for him, then as the club, if I was acting in the club, I would definitely take the money and run. 35 million will be certainly a good amount for a youth team player that came through the ranks. So of course, I'm sure Everton will come back. Of course, we also know that they are in pursuit of another winger really in the form of Wolf Zaha from Crystal Palace. Alex says, personally I'd be happy if Arsenal sell Iwobi. Yes, exactly the same, Alex. I'm on exactly the same page. I'd be more than happy. We can cash in, those funds can be used and can be applied elsewhere. I completely agree in relation to that. So let's just look at the a BBC report that came out in relation to this whole Alex Iwobi situation. The report reads, the Toffees are expected to return with an improved bid, as mentioned, for the 23-year-old Nigerian international Iwobi, but is likely to have to exceed £40 million to be accepted. Iwobi is not agitating to leave, but is willing to move if a deal is agreed. So Iwobi is obviously open to the idea. Not too fast, according to the report. He can stay if he wants to. Well, he won't have a choice really if he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to stay if the club accepts a bid. He won't have a choice in that matter. But he's not fussed. That's what I meant to say. He's not too bothered about the whole situation. If he remains at Arsenal to fight for his place, or he ends up at the project that is upcoming, that is Everton. So final story is mentioned, and I will touch on the Koscielny unveiling video at Bordeaux as well after this particular story. So we have been crying out for a while now for people like Carl Jenkinson to leave the club in order for them to actually find new challenges. We wanted to get rid of them purely because they weren't good enough. But if you're going to consider any player that is a fan of the club, I can't see anyone who was part of the current crop of players that we have that was a bigger fan than Carl Jenkinson. We all know, we have seen those pictures in the past of Carl Jenkinson's bedroom. We've seen when he scored his first goal for Arsenal. You could tell that it means a lot. But a deal has been agreed with Nottingham Forest. He has been unveiled already by the club, so he is now officially a Nottingham Forest player. He had been with us for a very, very long time. I'm not too sure exactly the length. It was an 8-year spell with Arsenal. And obviously that has actually lasted a very, very long time. He was the only player that was remaining from the 2010-11 season. And that whole crop of players is completely gone. It's completely a new era now, of course, guys. So Carl Jenkinson is gone, completed a £2 million move to Championship side Nottingham Forest. I wish him all the best, of course. So at the start of the stream, I did mention that we will be talking about the statement that he put out. It's quite a nice statement, really, to be fair. So the statement itself reads, this is a message that is hard to write, so I'm going to keep it short. I'm leaving Arsenal in pursuit of a new challenge and a fresh start, and ultimately to play regular football again. I can't really put it into words what it meant to me to play for this club, but what I can say is I have truly lived my dream. This brings me to you, the proper Arsenal fans, as I've lived your dream too. It has been an up and down journey for me, but I hope you all have seen how much it has meant to me and know that I have given it my all. I've played 70 plus games for Arsenal, which if you told me as a kid, I would have laughed at you. I take many great memories and friendships from my time at this special club, and it is a chapter in my life I will cherish forever. I see a great future for this club under the current manager and the coaching staff, and I look forward to seeing this unfold. As for now, I'll take my seat back in the stand as a fan with the rest of you guys. With love, Carl Jenkinson. So of course, a lovely, lovely little message to the fans for Carl Jenkinson. What I took away as well from that really was the reassurance he obviously gave us as fans as well. I think that is just a slight little hint to fans to say, don't worry, things are in order, let's just keep on and carrying on. But I take that as a slight hint to fans to say that the club is certainly in good hands with the current coaching staff and the manager. So the final story I want to talk about really would be in relation to Laurent Koscielny. We know Laurent Koscielny has moved to Bordeaux, and essentially the way that he left wasn't too great. We know he started sulking just before the pre-season kicked off, and he wanted to leave. We never really had the actual reasons why he wanted to leave, but of course, he's ended up getting his wish, leaving the club for about £5 million, if I am not wrong, if it's not €5 million. But he's ended up leaving. But I'm sure you guys saw the clip or the little GIF that I put on my community tab. If not, go over to the community tab of the homepage of the channel, and you can see the unveiling or the actual official announcement from Bordeaux in relation to the signing of Koscielny. He's got the Arsenal top, and then he takes it off, throws it on the floor, and then he reveals the Bordeaux shirt. So a lot of people weren't happy about that. Personally, I wasn't happy about it. It's slightly a little bit of disrespectful. Player that had been with us for nearly a decade, someone who was the club captain. The attitude was absolutely disgraceful in my own opinion, but of course these guys make their own minds up. They're individuals, they're adults as well, they can do as they wish, but of course I'm glad to see the back of him. He would have left on a free transfer next summer as well, so we managed to get some money in for him, but the attitude was absolutely appalling. But anyway, as I said, he's an adult, we're all individuals. So let's just go through the comments before I round the stream off. Holding is a little bit new. He's not that much of an experienced centre-back. He needs to learn from Socrates and another centre-back. Yes, I admit, well, I agree, Gamiro. Holding isn't that experienced. However, he's got experience in the Premier League, which counts, and I think we can just throw him in there. Last season, he was having a great time up until he got injured, but hopefully he can come back the same player. If we can get 40 million, we should sell him. That's in relation to Iwobi, I assume. Yes, if we can get 40 mil for Iwobi, definitely I would be taking him. Please let us don't sell Alex. I believe Emmanuel Coca, that Alex Iwobi needs to go. There's not enough room for him in the team now, especially if we were to bring in Coutinho. There's a lot of talk in relation to Coutinho coming in. If we were to bring in Coutinho, we've brought in Martinelli. We've got a number of other players that can play in that position. I believe we should cash in. Of course, Iwobi is still going to develop. He's still going to improve as a player. Some of his numbers are up amongst the best in Europe as well in terms of his positioning, passes in a dangerous area, etc. So of course, yes, he is a valuable player to the team, but if you can cash in and get that much in and reinvest elsewhere, I'll definitely do so. So we look at some more of these comments. Right, Gamiro again saying let's offload Mesut Ozil. Mkhitaryan and Mustafi. Mustafi agree. Mickey, I still believe Mickey's got a place to play, has got a part to play in the team as well. Mesut Ozil, one more season, guys. Let's be patient with him. One more season and see how he plays with new players coming in as well. Hopefully, it will be a new, improved German Mesut Ozil. Gamiro, we don't need to sell Iwobi. Touched on that already. Crypto money team, sell Iwobi and use the funds for Upamecano. I agree. I'm sure that's what the club is trying to do as well, to actually trying to put some funds together for that deal to go through. Upamecano, I will be bringing you another update in relation to that. But as far as we know, Arsenal have gone in with 2-3 bids that have been rejected. If Iwobi goes, we won't have a left midfielder. Yes, of course, that's the gamble that that we would need to take. But I'm basing this on if Coutinho joins. News have actually emerged this afternoon suggesting that Coutinho has refused to join Tottenham. Regardless of the call that Pochettino made, he has refused to join Tottenham. Pepe is a right winger. Pepe can, I believe Pepe can play either side, play on the right or the left. He can come in on his right foot from the left hand side. Aubameyang can play there. Martinelli, I believe Martinelli can be blooded into the team as well this season. It's yet to be seen. We need a centre-back. Anyone was available. Livingston, for me, I think Luiz will be a perfect replacement for Koscielny, considering the acrimonious move away. As a replacement for Koscielny, it might slightly be an upgrade. Yes, if you're going to be talking for a like-for-like replacement, it may be an upgrade, but I still believe David Luiz has got that one mistake in him, which can cost you a game, of course. Right, another comment from Emmanuel Coca. How soon we can't let anybody let the team lead. So Henry, Koscielny attitude was disgraceful. That attitude is not acceptable. I completely agree. Solo, Jenkinson and Koscielny leaving is good news. Time to get Elneny, Iwobi, Mustafi out of the club. Yeah, and Elneny seems to be slipping under the radar. I don't know why teams are not coming in for Elneny. It's quite interesting, really, to see how this one plays out as well. I can see him going on loan somewhere, but well, tomorrow really on the deadline day. Vincent, honestly, it's crazy to hear you sell Iwobi. as I say, this is based on Coutinho coming in. If Coutinho's going to come in, I can't see Iwobi getting in game time, of course. But as I said as well in this stream, Iwobi has got some of the best numbers up there with with some of Europe's best players up there. So again, as I said, if we get a sufficient replacement in the form of Coutinho, then yes, I'll take that. Crypto money, normal season for Ozil, get rid. So you don't want to give him a season. I think he should get an extra season. Iwobi needs to stay, but Mustafi needs to go. David Luiz would be great. And that's from Bogdan Bekele. Solo, Arsenal weakness lays in their centre mid and centre back positions. I think the midfield will do alright this season, to be honest. I think we will do alright this season in the midfield. But again, yet to be seen. Iwobi is in presently the club. Problem is, rather than it's Mustafi, we need to strengthen our defence. Yes, the defence, we definitely know Livingston. The defence needs to be strengthened. Iwobi obviously isn't the problem, but if he's going to raise funds for investments elsewhere, then I'm all for it. I'm definitely all for it. So, of course, that is what we've had to discuss. Things are changing on a regular basis, very, very quickly. Of course, the last 24 hours of the transfer window. But as mentioned, I will keep coming back with some live streams throughout the day. Tomorrow, hopefully, I'll do maybe 2 or 3 live streams, so just stay tuned in. Most likely, it will be in the afternoon, GMT, that I will be coming back to you guys on a live stream. But as usual, guys, please do let me know what you think in the comments below. If you are watching this video and you're not subscribed to the channel, please do make sure that you do hit that subscribe button. So once again, guys, it's your boy TC from I'm Gonna Talk TV. And I'm out.